Alright, I promised to make a video on how I made that omelet the other day, so I got a few ingredients that are my favorite. What you need is get your water started to a boil. I've got mine set on high, but I'll turn that down here in a minute because I found out the high was just a little bit too much for the bags I got. Well, it made it through, but I got scared that it would melt. So what you need to do, get all your ingredients together that you want to use. Favorite knife, get your knife sharpener. This one just happens to be a SOG. My friend Tim in Washington got it for me. Get that down and make sure your instruments are sharp. Now, using the sharpener like this, you're going to have metal shavings. So what you want to do is wash your knife off real quick. And just to be sure, dust off the area. Oh, that's what happens when you get in a hurry. You almost cut yourself. And you start prepping your ingredients. Let me see if I can get this turned around here for a better shot. Yeah, that's pretty slick, huh? Oh, my stand's messing up on me. There we go. Get an onion. Most people who are watching this already know that, but you just stick your knife in there and twist it around, and need to get down below that root area, so stick that in there and twist it around, and then it's just a simple cut from there to there. You can start taking off the outside. That still doesn't look right. There we go, let's try that. I'm going to try and do this all in one shot, and then I'll just speed up the uninteresting areas. So there's that. And I'm going to say I don't need but maybe 1/4 of an onion. So I'm going to take mine and just slice it super thin. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but here we go. Then you have all these wonderful little thin pieces of onion. And get a container for that. I like using an airtight seal when I stick stuff like onions back in there. Into the refrigerator so that they don't spread that unwanted goodness into other things. There we go. That's all sealed up. And oh, I haven't even got a bag out yet. I wish I had some bigger Ziploc bags, but from the last one I made, I saw that that'll work. And I'm going to turn my water down to about a 7 now. It's medium-high heat on mine. So, let's get my handy dandy little bag holder. Let's stick that down in there and fold the top over like so. These must not be the bags I used last time. Oh well, it'll work. So there goes the onions into there. Just always work carefully and slow when you got a sharp knife. And I'm going to use maybe about a half an onion. I mean half a tomato. So this is the easiest way to take the core out. Take your knife, put the tip in. Work it around in a circle, making sure you're cutting the core out as you go. Then you have a quarter tomato, and you don't have as much waste. So since I want to use this later for sandwiches, I'm going to cut it across the middle, and I can still get some nice slices out of it. And already have a... No, I don't have a piece in there. Oh, that's fine. I already had an onion container. That's pretty smart. And store the tomato. Now, probably just give it one good slice down the middle there. Cut this up to little omelet chunks. I can't stress the importance of having a sharp knife in the kitchen. And that looks like it'll be enough onion. I woke up with a headache this morning. You'll have to excuse me. This is red stuff. It's called tomato. Be careful working with sharp knives, like I said. They can jump up and bite you. And since I think that I like things a little bit hot, pull out some jalapenos, some jalapenos. I know, jalapeno. Alright, we'll give those a quick chop. Now, do a little bit more. Unless you've had a lot of practice at this, don't just jump in here all willy-nilly like I'm doing. You'll take off a fingertip, you'll chop through a fingernail. Believe me, you don't want to eat that. Nope, there went a chunk off to the side. That's okay. That's why I'm using the container. There we go. Now, oh, that's salsa for later. Put on top. I made a wonderful pork tenderloin just last night, so I'm going to try and incorporate some of those vegetables plus nice. Oh, let's make it thinner. There's where the sharp knife comes in handy. You can just shave what you want. Yeah, it's probably way more than enough for an omelet, but hey, it's snack time. Alright, now right here, my mouth is full. I've got some different kinds of vegetables. I roasted it with onions and hominy and potatoes. So, we'll pull a couple chunks of these potatoes out and some hominy and put that straight in there. There we go, that ought to be enough. And Ziploc makes these wonderful little stretchy container lids. I just love them. So let's break this down a little bit. We're going to have to see if we have room for the eggs in there once I get done. Oh my gosh. Hey puppy. There. That's for you. Get some nice little ribbons of pork tenderloin. Let's see where we're at here. Oh no. Might be good. No, we're not good. Well, I didn't plan this far ahead. I thought I had some bigger Ziploc bags. That's what happens when you're cooking. Sometimes you run into problems. You got to come up with a way to overcome that problem on the fly. Not big enough, not big enough. I have an idea, but I don't think it'll work. Crab apples. You know, no. Well, crud. I could try and make this in the container. Find the lid for that. Must be in the drainer. There it is. Make sure the inside's washed out and clean. Okay, this isn't the way the directions said to do it, but we're going to do it this way anyway. So I'm going to transfer all these ingredients into this plastic bowl, and we'll just do a little experiment. I know it'll end up cooking, but we'll have to wait and see how it ends up cooking. Alright, so there's all those ingredients. Let's get this over here and rinse it off. Sometimes you get all your stuff out and you go through all your steps, and then you realize you're missing something. So you can't waste your ingredients, you gotta just keep pushing ahead. I guess this is one of those haste makes waste type things, but cooks don't waste. They find other ways to use their ingredients, and sometimes come up with some pretty neat stuff. Alright, so it's always important to wash your hands between steps, folks. Let's add in some pepper and some seasoned salt. Oh, that's garlic. Yeah, buddy. And is this thing still recording? Yep, okay. I'm going to put in some Montreal steak seasoning. This is really good on pork. If you want to make anything pork, just go buy some Montreal steak seasoning and just use that. I guarantee it's good. Alright, so now we're stuck with this. Our plan seems to be set in motion. Let's just see how many eggs we think we'll fit in there. I want a 3-egger, but it may only be a 2-egger. There's lots of different ways people used to crack their eggs, but over the years I found a flat surface is just fine. Don't have to do it on the edge of anything. It makes a nice little crack. Don't smash it down to where it smashes the egg open. Use 2 thumbs, bust the crack. Okay, I know that sounds kind of funny. And eggs are a chicken product, so you have to beware of salmonella. So anything that comes out of the egg and makes a mess on your surface, after you wash your hands, needs to be cleaned up. Alright, put the lid back on this, table that, stick some other stuff back in the fridge, and this is a little container I had left over from some roast beef that I had. Looks like it would be about the right size, so stick this all in here and give it a good shake. See what it looks like. Oh yeah, that should work. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, let's get that thing off of there. Oh boy, that made a mess. Oh well. Try and get it at least as we can into the water. Okay, so there's that. It's in a leak-proof container, I hope. Give it another shake just in case. And now let's see what we can do about getting set up for the water. Maybe it might be a little bit better if we aim from over here. There we go. So all I'm going to do is drop this in the water. Hope it doesn't leak. And let it cook for just a little while. Once you've been cooking for a while, you end up with chef hands. You can handle touching hot stuff, even stuff with boiling water. Ah, help me. I ain't saying you can hold it there forever, but yeah. Okay, so I'm going to turn that down from a 7 to a 6. Now one thing you want to do is keep your water boiling. If you get it too low, it will take an extremely long time for them eggs to firm up. I found that out. A lot longer than what it's supposed to anyway. And hopefully, due to physics, this doesn't make the seal around the lid expand and pop open. But it looks like it might be at about the right level, where if it does, it won't leak in too badly. Try and adjust it there on the weight side. Alright, so we'll just let it sit there and cook for a little bit. I'm not afraid of too much water getting in there because the water will just cook it. We can pour the excess off a little bit later, but if I had the Ziploc bag, it wouldn't leak at all. I don't know, that looks like it might be okay. Alright, so some of this stuff we'll fast forward through. So this is going to take probably about 10 minutes. But I think the important thing here is, just like on the Ziploc bag, it's contained, it's sealed in. And it should be just fine. Water's still nice and boiling. Stand here and monitor the situation. I think because of the pressure buildup of the steam though, now that it's coming up closer to temperature, I'm going to lift it out. Yeah, I didn't say it was always easy. this thing out for a second. Lift up the corner and push the top in. And reverse pressurize it. There we go, I got it balanced out pretty good that time. Alright, so that should help keep the top on a little bit better. And whenever this stuff's going on, it's a good time to clean up your work area. Oh gosh, it's warm in here. I think I'm going to go click on the air conditioner. Looks like I might have to stop and start another one. Okay, checking on the eggs, part 2, or the omelet. See what we got going on here. Oh, damn, it's still liquidy in the center. I think that's the disadvantage of not using a Ziploc bag, because you can flip it around to all sides. This is having to cook from the bottom up. But we'll see how it turns out. You never know. And due to evaporation, it looks like we might need to add some water back to our pan. Adding water in will definitely cool the water off, so turn it back up a little bit, add in your water, and you can see the boiling stop. But it'll fix itself here in a minute. To be continued. Okay, so this is cooked for a little while. You can go ahead and pull it out and see what its consistency is. Woo! Put it on the warm side. Pop this thing open. Oh, still not done yet. This is a pretty thick one. Had a little bit of leakage, but it's not bad. And lift the corner up. Push some of that air out and get a vacuum seal on it if we can. Try and level it out. Stick it back in the water. To be continued. Okay, so this is cooked for a little while. You can go ahead and pull it out and see what its consistency is. Woo! Put it on the warm side. Pop this thing open. Oh, still not done yet. This is a pretty thick one. Had a little bit of leakage, but it's not bad. And lift the corner up. Push some of that air out and get a vacuum seal on it if we can. Try and level it out. Stick it back in the water. To be continued. Well, this was taking a little bit longer than I expected, so I added a little lid to it. That'll help turn it into kind of like a little Dutch oven. And you want to be careful whenever you do this, because whatever plate or whatever you put on top is gonna be hot. Okay. Well, let's try and get this thing out of here without burning myself. Good luck. Bee! Oh, bet you it's not done yet. How much you want to bet? Oh, I'm getting so close. Nope, that's done. Look how solid that is. Somebody give me an oh heck yeah. Now let's scoot this pan off the burner, turn that off. Okay, since I cooked this in this kind of container, I didn't spray anything inside of it. I accidentally dropped my knife in the sink. Let's rinse it off just in case. Grab my fork. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and grab that little plate that I had. Get this up out of the way. Yeah, remember the plate's hot. So let's do that. And run the knife around the edge. Well, looks good. Dump it. There we go. Hey, what do you know? You can do it without a Ziploc bag. Now, let's cut her open and see how she looks. Yeah, that looks like a good looking omelet. Alright. So, add a little bit of salsa. Or whatever kind of sauce you like to use. Where in the heck did I put my fork? There it is. That's with some salsa in the jar. Oh boy. That's breakfast, folks. Sometimes you run into problems. Don't panic. Try and think of something different. And that's what you come out with. Would try a bite right now for you guys, but that would be extremely hot. Hope you all enjoyed this short little video. Thank you.